This is what we're going to have as a quick brunch this morning. It's just an MRE. It says chili and macaroni. I think we used to call these chili mac, but I'll find out when I open it up whether it is a chili mac or not. So it says it's new. And down here at the bottom, it has the Julian date, which is 1/0/21, which I assume it means it's 2021 on the 21st date of the year, which would make it January 2021, January 21st, 2021, is when this thing was actually packaged. So that's going to be interesting in itself to try it out and see what it tastes like, because it says new, but it really is about 2 years old, maybe a little over 1.5. Not that old. So I guess it's new. As MREs go that have a 10-year lifespan, that actually is kind of new. And if you keep them in a room where they don't freeze and they don't sweat too much, they'll last you forever. This we're going to do a little bit different, because I'm going to heat it up, because I'm assuming the components inside will need heating. It probably does come with the heaters in it, but those heaters suck. I mean, to be honest with you, they blow. Sorry, I'm a bad girl. But we're going to heat it on this rocket stove that I just got in the mail. I have some others at home, and I've done some other videos with some other stoves that I've used, but this one seemed interesting, and they said it would be like something you slip in your backpack, but this thing is darn heavy. Listen to that fall. You can just tell by the sound it made when it fell how heavy it is. But regardless, we're going to open this thing up and get it going. Obviously not inside the house. We're going to take this outside field trip, woo-hoo, all the way to the backyard. There's the picnic table we're going to do it at. I put that stone on there, that paving stone on there, to help protect the table from the rocket stove. Don't need to be setting that table on fire. But this is my little slice of the American pie, my backyard. This is where we're gonna do it. Okay, here's, oh, that's my finger. Here's all the pieces to the rocket stove out on the table. Actually, pretty nice. It explains why it's so heavy. That's gonna be with you a long time. And the instructions to put it together. So, me, who doesn't follow instructions very well, is going to attempt to put the stove together. Well, they look pretty clear. I've got to be a pretty big meathead if I can't figure this out. And there you go. The rocket stove is completely together, and this thing's actually quite easy to put together. Just remember that you can't put these in one at a time. You have to slide this in, then that one in, and then just bring this one over and slide them all in. After that, the stove just is easy peasy to set up. So there it is, it's ready. I suppose one of the questions that people would ask is, you got this wonderful stove that, you use twigs, but even in this tiny little backyard, small as it is, there's plenty of twigs. Look at this. This is a mess of stuff, yard waste, that I just threw in the corner next to this tree. Lots and lots of dry wood and twigs in there for me to use. Of course, I think I'm going to have to get on top of my lawnmower person, Ruth, and get her to realize she's got to mow up here too. Oh well. But that's where I get my twigs. Lots and lots of twigs in my yard. Lots of trees, so lots of twigs. It rained all day yesterday here, but I had this basket of tinder in the garage, and this is really old stuff, so there shouldn't be an issue with this lighting up. And some matches, of course. We'll see what happens. To get the fire started, we're going to use these. These came out of probably a French MRE that I did a long time ago. And I didn't use them all, but I figured I'd light these up, toss them in there, and then toss the twigs on top and see what happens. Because these guys burn a long time, so this is all I should need. So that looks like it's going really good. I'll start dropping twigs down in there. Oops, sorry. Hard filming yourself. think maybe I overstuffed that puppy a little bit. Oh well, we'll figure out. Certainly is producing a lot of smoke. Now that the rocket stove is going, almost no smoke, but look at all that heat. That is something else. Woo! I'll let this guy go for a little bit. I stuck a huge piece of wood down in there. And anyone who knows me, did I burn myself doing it? Yes, I burned my fingertips. That's life. I burn myself so often I don't even think about it anymore. But that looks awesome. That is pretty impressive. All right, let's get the MRE open. Now, while I am very hard in my judgment of American MREs, because yes, I did serve in the U.S. Army, and yes, I did eat many an MRE, this one here, I'm actually quite impressed with. I really am. Look at this. Cheese, jalapeno cheese, pound cake, vegetable crackers, teriyaki beef stick. Here's the main, and a beverage powder, and of course, Twizzlers. Yes, love that. This so far is a very impressive MRE. These things, on the other hand, this is for the beverage, for mixing the beverage. These things, on the other hand, they're crap. At best, they warm the MRE, but they really don't heat it. So, I'm not really impressed with that. I still think I'm better off trying to heat it on the rocket stove. Okay, here it is all together. Look at that. I'm gonna throw some of this on here. There you go. And now the main is gonna go in here. Now this isn't a 24-hour ration, this is just one meal. So, and like I said, I am pretty impressed. Maybe a little more water wouldn't hurt. Whoops. Oh well. Okay, well this guy is going and getting heated up. And we got this thing nice and loaded. Look at that. I'm going to give some of the other components a go and see how they taste. And we're going to start out with this teriyaki beef stick. First, I'm going to go inside and get my tea, though. My chai tea is still sitting on the counter in the kitchen. So, teriyaki beef stick. That's what it looks like. Let's give it a taste. Oh, it's actually pretty good. Not as salty as you would think. I can definitely taste the beef. Doesn't have any bite. It's not spicy. It's actually pretty good. It'd make a great snack. I'll save some for Ruth. Okay, let's get the crackers open next with the cheese. Where's the cheese hiding? There it is. Gonna need the cheese for a little bit. Now we're gonna open up this and try this together. And of course, even as I'm doing this, I'm still continuously feeding the stove these little twigs. There you go. Eat up, hungry baby, because yeah, man, it is just like going right through them. Push on in there. So here's what the vegetable crackers look like coming out of the package. Not too bad. They made it through the post pretty well. They didn't get beaten up. Let's give one of them a try. Taste-wise, they're okay. They're a bit dry, very thirst-inducing. Got a light sweetness to them. They say vegetable crackers, but really not identifying any vegetable. Okay, this is what the cheese looks like. It's got some jalapenos in it. Have it on the cracker. It tastes just like the processed cheese that you get out of the can. The jalapenos definitely add some very needed flavor to it. That's pretty good. I like it. And in case you were wondering about the knife, this is nothing special. The market that I shop at a lot, If you get a certain amount of points, you could have gotten pieces of a knife set. I got like 800 points or something, and I got this knife. It's very cheaply made, but it has quickly become one of my favorite knives to use. It's easy to sharp, and it cuts through just about anything. But I don't think if it were for my backyard that I would take this camping. This is too much of a favorite knife, and I really want it in my kitchen. I'm still waiting for the main to heat up because it really hasn't been on there that long. So I'm going to try the poppy seed cake and see how that tastes. This is what it looks like coming out of the container, and that's not half bad. That's pretty decent looking. Let's see what it smells like. Oh, it has an extremely pleasant lemony smell. Of course, lemon poppy seed. Of course, it smells like lemons. So we'll put a little here for Ruth. We'll put a little more for Ruth. And then we'll try it ourselves. Here we go. Very lemony taste. Really tastes good. It's got some moisture to it. It's not completely dry. It's not as thirst-provoking or invoking as you would think. It's good. Let's try it with some of this beautiful chai tea, even though the tea is cold. My neighbor has let his dog out. Oh, he's being quiet so far. He doesn't see me. As soon as he sees me, he'll start barking at me. There we go. Just feeding the stove. There you go. Eat up, hungry stove. Okay, I'm gonna try with this with some of the cheese on it and see how it tastes. Put a little cheese on it. Kind of neat that the neighbor's dog isn't barking his head off at me. There we go, look at that. Really doesn't add much to it. The cake is so good on its own that the cheese really doesn't add anything to it. Next, we're going to give the Twizzlers a go. It's got a little bit of cake on it, but that's basically what they look like. Twizzler. You can taste the sugar, a little bit of cherry. I won't even bother giving these to Ruth. She does not like cherries. I'll keep them for myself. A nice light snack. If you were to have all this and you were to end it with this, this would be very pleasant. Because this is all savory and this is very sweet. All right. I know that's only been on 5 minutes. Well, 10 maybe. I'm going to give it a go. This is what it looks like inside the container, and I don't know if it's hot or if I just burned my fingertips earlier, so they're feeling heat anyway. But that's what it looks like. It looks like typical chili mac. Yeah, you can smell the tomatoes and everything else inside of it, so it's chili mac. There you go. Now you can get a better view of it. Doesn't that look lovely? Let's try some. Look at that. Get a little hamburger on there. At that. That is excellent. Let's try it with a little bit of the jalapeno cheese. Where'd I hide that? There it is. Let's put some of this in here too. There it is. Come on, off you go. Down you go. Oh, there you go. So let's try it with this. Oh yeah, that's really good. Let's try it with some of this on it. There's the crushed red peppers. Oh, let's put some of this on it too. Go everything. Come on, get on there, you. Boom. Boom. Oh yeah. Look at that. Woohoo. Look at that. Let's see if I can get it in focus. There you are. Quite good. The jalapenos and the other stuff give it a little bit of bite, a little bit of flavor, but it really doesn't need it. It stands very well on its own. Chili mac is just awesome. Yeah. Seeing as I hate anything going to waste, including hot water, I'm going to give the coffee a go. I'm not going to bother with the with this stuff here. The orange beverage powder. Not going to bother with it. But we'll give the coffee a go and see how it tastes. This was all that was in the accessory pack. Typical stuff in there. And there's the coffee and everything else in there. So let's get some of this beautiful, beautiful hot water. And pour it on in there on top of that. There you go, look at that. Put that back up there. And because I wasn't smart enough, we'll use this to stir it. Here, we'll put it in there and there you go. Little twig to stir it up. Nothing like a little dirt in your coffee to make it taste better. Let's give this a go. Oh yeah, it's camp coffee. Ugh. It's bold. It smells like the beans. Tastes like the beans were burned. It's quite awful. I suppose if it were between this and murdering my fellow soldier because I need my caffeine kick, I'll drink this, but otherwise, no, I wouldn't drink this stuff. Ugh. My final comments on the MRE and the rocket stove. The MRE on a scale of 1 to 10, and 10 being Mama Leone's Kitchen, homemade, and 1 being an Aldi's knockoff. I would rate this MRE an 8. I gotta. It's just an amazing MRE. It just tastes so good. The crackers, the dessert, the snacks, the Twizzlers, all a winner. Just wonderful MRE. Yeah, this would have been one of my favorites in the field. And the thing is in the cold, that the main meal would stay by you. It's just keep you warm from the inside out. It's just wonderful, wonderful MRE. The rocket stove, again, a winner. I love it. It wasn't that difficult to put together, even for somebody like me who doesn't know how to follow instructions very well. I know. How did you ever become a soldier without following instructions? Well, I did. So, yeah, an amazing, amazing stove. But I don't know if I'd go hiking with it. I think I'd use it more at the camp or something. I do love the idea of burning twigs in it and how hot it got with just those little bit of twigs, hot enough to boil the water. It's just wonderful. So yeah, absolutely amazing. Love that. Love the MRE. And this was just grand fun making this video. And if anybody wants to know why I make them just for fun. You know, I just like doing this kind of thing. I don't ever expect to get money. And I'm actually floored that I have 71 subscribers. That 71 people out there actually think what I have to say is worth hearing. Floored and amazed. And thank you, all of you. One last thing, I'm kind of happy that I put this stove on top of this really thick paving stone, because you will not believe how warm that paving stone is. If I had sat it on top of the wood, it most definitely would have set this table on fire. I am deeply impressed with this.